Good evening, everybody, and karibu tena to another great Chef's Platter. I am your host, Mohsine Korich from the Fairview Hotel, and you are in our kitchens where we're going to take you this evening through a journey to the Far East. We're going to show you how to make sushi and sashimi from Japan and from Korea. So it's going to be a beautiful episode this evening. My host chef is Ronald. He's our sushi chef, and he's going to be teaching you how to make sushi at home. Now, lots of people, folks, go to a Japanese or Chinese or Korean restaurant to eat sushi. Now, we're going to teach you how to make the best sushi at home. So, Ronald, what are you going to teach us today?
Yes, actually, we've got a few items that we're going to make. We're going to make vegetarian sushi. We're going to make mixed vegetable and fish sushi. And we're going to make also some salad, Japanese salad.
And would you take us also from sashimi?
Yes.
We're going to make some sashimi.
Yeah.
Octopus. We're gonna make some prawns. We're gonna show you how to cook also the rice. Now, very, very important is how to choose your ingredients. Fresh ingredients is very, very important. So please. Go through with us with this episode and see how we work, because you know it's a certain technique, but we're gonna show you how to do it, and at home you can make it and show your guests or your family how to make it also. So we're gonna come back after the break, and Chef Ronald is gonna take you through from step by step how to cook the rice, how to prepare yourself, the sauces, the salads, how to cut the sushi and the sashimi. So it's going to be very interesting. I hope you will enjoy it. See you after the break.
Welcome back to the Chef's Platter. Remember, this is Fairview Hotel. We've just made the Philadelphia roll. And next, I have something interesting for you. And this is the core of sushi. This is about now raw fish. This was vegetarian. Now we are going to do assorted raw fish sushi. What do we have? We've got prawns, deshelled, deveined, and ready prepared for sushi. And I've got tuna. This is completely raw, right from the sea, no preservatives, no additives. I've got red snapper, proudly from our Kenyan coast. This is raw, nothing added on it. First, I'll do that, and then I'll show you more fish. So this is tuna. Gonna trim it so that we get to the best parts. Gonna trim it nicely, because as I told you, sushi is all about freshness. And as you can see, this is what we've got. Very beautiful tuna, and we're gonna slice it now. Ready to make sushi. The slices are normally as small and as thin as this. Not so thick, not so thin. Not so thick because when it is thick, it tastes like raw in the mouth. But when it is thin, it tastes like it is cooked. That's the secret of sushi fish. You have to make it as thin as possible, though not very, very thin. And this is red snapper. We're gonna trim it as well. Here we go. We're gonna remove any part that looks like it's chewy. We're gonna leave the soft part, soft and tender part only, so that when it goes into the mouth, you don't have a chewing gum in your mouth. What you have is a sushi red snapper. Again, we're gonna slice it as we did with tuna. Thin slices, so that when you put it in the mouth, it tastes nicely. When you cut it thick, it's gonna be unpalatable. Next, we've got salmon. This is Atlantic salmon because we are in the tropics. So our sea does not produce salmon. We have to import it. This is how it looks like. Pink. Skin is on, but we're going to remove the skin. Once the skin is off, we're going to make a nice slice that will give us the good size for sushi. So we're going to keep this aside. And this is what we have now for our slices. Again, some beautiful thin slices ready to make sushi. Next, I've got with me calamari or squid if you like it. This is again from our local market. The local sea. Raw. Gonna remove the hard part. Make the slices. It's very important for calamari to make a few cuts that don't go deep. This is how you do it because it tends to be chewy, but to make it a little bit soft and tender, this is how you do it. Just cut, but make sure the cutting does not go all the way. That's how we do it. And then the chewing now becomes easy. That's our fish, but last we have octopus. Octopus is always much talked about because it has a long history in our country more than salmon, because We've been having it for quite some time. This is boiled, and there's normally a skin on this side, which is usually doesn't have a good taste. We have to trim it, and we're gonna make our slices as we did with the rest of the fish. This is normally not hard to chew. This is tender. And after that, are we gonna mold the sushi? How do we do it? Just stay with me, because this looks difficult, but indeed, this is very easy. You just pick some rice, mouth size, not very big, not very small, and you can put some wasabi on it, but as for me, I don't put wasabi. This is a Japanese horseradish. It's usually very hot. It's used in small quantities, but I'm not going to put wasabi on the sushi, because sometimes you have people that don't want the hotness of wasabi, so it's good to serve wasabi on the side. So we're going to spare this. We are going to serve it on the side. Here is your rice ball, and once you've molded it this way, you just place it on your fish, and you press it a little bit. Don't press so much, otherwise you're gonna have ugali instead of rice. And you just strengthen the rice on the fish, and this is what you have. Now, this is prawn sushi. We're gonna do tuna. The process is the same. As for me, no wasabi on it, because I don't know who my visitor is going to be. So I'll serve wasabi on the side. Press the rice a little bit so that you don't make ugali. Again, that is tuna. That is what you have. You go to red snapper. With snapper, it's very tricky. It tends to absorb some water. So what you're going to do, on your clean towel, you're going to pat it dry so that when it goes into the mouth, you don't taste the water. Again, your mouth-sized ball of rice, place it on your red snapper, press it a little bit, not so much, because if you don't press it well, when you dip it in the soy sauce, it crumbles. Now, this is salmon. Follows the same process. Small ball of rice, place it on the salmon, press it a little bit, mold it nicely, and shape it up. There you go. We've got calamari. Same process. You can see how easy it is to make the sushi. And here we've got octopus. As I said, I normally don't put wasabi on my fish because my clients have got different tastes. Some don't want wasabi, some want it much, some want it very little. With octopus, we are going to bind it so that when you dip it in the soy sauce, it doesn't fall off. So we're gonna make small cuts. You can use a scissor back at home. You can use a knife as well. Nori is not very difficult to cut. It's normally crispy until you roll it on the rice. And we are going to do now the same with the rest of the fish, yeah? Because it's just a repeat of the same. And these are called nigiri sushis. Assorted nigiri sushi. One thing with sushi is that even though the fish is raw, and not all fish is raw because remember prawn is boiled, as well as octopus, but the rest is raw fish. But one good thing with it is that when it is cut thin, it doesn't taste exactly like raw, rather tastes like cooked, because it doesn't colonize much of your mouth. It's just a small size, and that is now assorted nigiri sushi. We are going to move to the next item, and this is California roll. California roll is just purely vegetarian. The ingredients, very easy to get in the local market. We're gonna use half nori, and you just fold it into two, cut it. As I told you, this is crispy, it just breaks even without applying a knife. You can just cut it along the fold, and it just breaks nicely. That's it. So we're gonna spread the rice all over the nori. I like the first one, Philadelphia, how we did it. This one, we're just gonna fill it. Spread the rice all over. And after that, gonna put some sesame seeds on the rice, just spread. This is my sesame. I've mixed green and the black sesame. The black one is soy-based sesame, and the green one is wasabi roasted sesame. So we're gonna spread sesame on it, turn over. Most important, California, the rice is normally on the outside. This one, the rice is in the inside. This one, we are going to put the rice on the outside. And we are going to have some mayonnaise, sushi mayonnaise. It's a very special sauce for sushi. It entails mayonnaise and honey. Spread it nicely. Next, I'm gonna put some avocado. Beautiful slice of avocado. And some carrots. We can have some cucumber as well. Cucumber sliced julienne. This is how we slice cucumber. This is English cucumber, so you can leave the skin on because it is usually not very tough. And there are the benefits of the green parts. I mean the outer skin and the inner flesh in every fruit. So mine is skin on. And this is how we roll it once again. Just hold your fillings together like this with both your fingers, your hands, and you go the first step. And once your fillings cannot come out, you're gonna release and press a little bit. From there, you're gonna do the final lap. And here is how we go about it. Press it once again. And this is what you have. But that is not all. You're gonna press the sides back because the rice and the fillings are loose on this end. So you're gonna press it back so that when you are cutting, when you are eating, they don't drop off. This is what you have. Gonna do a bit of slicing. Knife wet, very sharp. Gonna make 6 slices out of this. And that's your California roll. This is very, very popular in sushi. Very popular. Next, we're gonna have assorted sashimi. As I said, there's assorted sashimi and there's assorted sushi. Assorted sushi is the fish that goes with rice. Assorted sashimi is just plain slices of raw fish. Can be cooked fish, can be raw. So now we are going to do assorted sashimi. Just slices of fish, either cooked or uncooked. But in my case, I've got only octopus that is cooked because I'm just showing you basic sushi, what you can get very fast in our local market without going outside Kenya. And this is calamari. This is how we slice it. This time, quite different from the nigiri sushi. And every time you have to keep on cleaning your knife because here you are dealing with raw fish and it's easy to transmit bacteria from your knife to the next fish that you are cutting. So you have to keep on cleaning your knife as regularly as possible. This is how you slice. Slice the calamari. Not very broad slices and not very thin. But calamari is chewy, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna make it a bit soft or tender by cutting, and the cuttings don't have to go through. Remember what we did with nigiri. And this chewing becomes very easy. This is what you have. We're gonna put this on the side. We're gonna go for octopus. Octopus. Slices similar to the ones we cut for nigiri sushi. This one too, gonna make some cuts. So that if the variety is a bit chewy, it becomes easy to chew. Cut both sides. Let the cuttings not go through. Next, this we're gonna just keep it on the side. We are yet to do the plating. We're gonna have salmon. And slicing is gonna be a little thin because this is a bit chunky, so we're gonna make it thin. The salmon, just keep it on the side. Finally, we've got tuna. Very important because you have to clean the chopping board, the knife. Otherwise, the taste of tuna is going to be transferred to the next fish. I mean, from one fish to another. These are the slices of tuna. When the fish is thick, you make the slices a bit thin. When the chunk of tuna is thin, you make the slices a bit thick. And that is now our sashimi, assorted sashimi. And lastly, my viewer, we are going to make the rainbow roll. The rainbow roll is called rainbow because it has alternating colors of tuna, calamari, and salmon. That is what makes it be called rainbow roll. This is also as easy as we made the California. Just place your nori, wet your hands, and spread the rice. Once you've done that, press it a little bit, not so much. Sesame seeds on top. Roll it over, turn it upside down. Gonna apply sushi mayonnaise. And the fillings. In this case, put some carrots. The avocado. I'm trying as much as possible to stick to the ingredients that are available readily in our markets. Otherwise, this is not what we always use here at Fairview because we are able to go across the borders and get some ingredients. Those are red peppers. And I would like to put some cucumber actually. And at least one type of fish. You can put either tuna, you can put salmon, you can put deep fried prawns. You can change the fillings as much as you want. And now we do the rolling. That's how we go about it. That's the last bit of it. And push the rice back always, don't forget. Otherwise, the rolls are going to be opening in a short time. But remember, this is rainbow roll. So we're going to make it rainbow now. We do it by making very, very thin slices of fish. And we're going to put the colors alternating. The salmon, we're going to have calamari as well. This is very thin. You don't need to do the cutting to make it a little bit soft because this is very thin. And you can put some avocados, but in this case, this is all that we're going to use. So, that's calamari we put on top of the rainbow roll. That's salmon, followed by tuna. We go back to calamari, followed by salmon. Finally, we're going to put tuna. This is what you have, but that is not all. We're going to do the pressing so the fish and the rice binds together. This is how we do it, and you push the fillings back. Otherwise, they're going to drop off. That's the rainbow roll. But we have to do the cutting. Clean, sharp, wet knife. Always. And gonna make 6 pieces out of this. That's how you do it. You have to be very careful, otherwise you're going to lose everything and start all over. Then after that, because the fish has been shaking and coming out of their place, we're going to press the fish back. Just like that. You don't take much time on it. It's very simple, very easy. That's it. Okay. That's your rainbow roll, but something else we need to make. Very simple, but it will make your roll look very, very nice. We are going to put some mayonnaise on top. We are going to use the mayonnaise. We're gonna mix with beetroots. This pureed beetroots. And put it on a piping bag. It's very simple sauce, but very, very tasty. As well, we can put some mayonnaise on it, some honey on it to enhance the taste. does it. Put it in your piping bag. And you can put as much as you want, but this is the little I'm going to use. And just color your rainbow roll. That's it, what you have. My viewer, I believe you've had a wonderful journey together with me in this Japanese kitchen chef's platter program. This is Fairview Hotel. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to show you how to plate your sushi together with my chef. Thank you so much. I believe you are still enjoying and you're still with me. Thank you so much.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I trust that you have learned from my colleague here how to make a sushi, and that from now on, please try to make it at home. Kenya is blessed with so much beautiful ingredients, and you can make sushi from anything, actually. If you are at the coast, you have crabs, you have lobster, you have so much fish that you can use. If you're up country and you have the rice and you have everything, you can use your vegetables in the shamba, and then from there work yourself through to the vegetarian sushi. Now, after Ronald had made the sushi and the sashimi, we will show you a couple of things, and certainly for the professional chefs, how to plate your sushi or sashimi. Now, I am gonna start with a beautiful plating of sushi because we used the beetroot. I made a beetroot puree, and then we're gonna start with the rainbow. Now, you can make really your plates. This is, you have it in the shamba. You can use every thing that you have. Also, the baby vegetables. The vegetables don't need to be always grown. Baby vegetables have a lots of taste already. So we're gonna use some microgreens. And we're gonna use some flour. Now this flour you can eat, huh? Now, once again, the colors, okay? Now, because it's seaweed, we made a seaweed salad with some simsim and simsim oil and some salt, and then we're gonna put it inside here. So just the harmony between the flavors. Some soy sauce, please. Okay, now remember, It's up to you how you make the things. But for the professional chefs, of course, you want to make something and make it beautiful for your guests. We're gonna add a little bit soy sauce and a little bit wasabi and a little bit ginger, just to give it the Japanese way and flavor. Okay. Now, as I said, the rainbow is beautiful. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna give it also a little bit sushi of octopus. Okay? Now, magic. We want to serve it chilled, of course. Now what I'm gonna use hay. You have hay up country with the cows? I'm gonna use hay to give it that smell. Smell this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nature. You are now up country and you are making something beautiful for your guests. Okay? Dry ice. Hot water. Now I am chilling it because you want it chilled. You want it beautiful. Look at this. If you serve this in your restaurant, chefs, or at home, you have such a beautiful dish that is going to take you to Japan. Okay? So look at this. Beautiful. For the chefs, you know, you can buy everything in here, and then this beautiful, now is the plate is getting the chill from the ice. So that's exactly the temperature that you want to serve it. Voila. Beautiful. So this is one way to do it. Okay? Another way is we're going to make different sushi and sashimi on the plate. So I choose the black background because I like it, because you can see beautiful, you can see your colors. We're going to start with cucumber. Now, so like Ronald said, sushi is raw, a sashimi, and then you want to give it a beautiful sweet and sour flavor. Give me a glass. Color the glass, please. Now, one way of doing your plates is very important, of course. Colors, colors, colors. I always emphasize on colors. You have already beautiful colors here. So we're gonna, you see, it's still chilled, and it gives it that beautiful way of the vision. Vision is very, very important to see how when you're working in a restaurant or working in a in a hotel to make a beautiful thing. Okay, so I am gonna give it some color on the plate, just a glass. Okay, you give it an effect. Okay, and then we're gonna start with California roll. Sushi, like I said, please try to give the colors. Sashimi. Another one here. Cut this one in the middle, please. Yeah?
Yep.
In the middle. And then roll it, like this. Yeah. Now, octopus. Okay. Okay. Now, this is another way of serving it, and we want, of course, the wasabi and just here and then put it here. Okay. Yeah. The ginger. Okay. And I want my color. So I'm gonna put one of this beautiful eatable flour on the sushi. Okay, so this is another way of serving it. Okay, now if you have guests and you want to start with an amuse, we call it an amuse, you want to serve them as they are drinking their beer, cold Tusker or whiskey, and you want to serve a sushi as a starter. Just that little canapé to start with and to drink your beer. This is watermelon, eh?
This is the watermelon.
Okay, put it, please. Yeah. We made the watermelon, fresh watermelon juice to start with, and we will give them anything actually. We can give them a California roll. We'll put here a little bit of soy, California roll. Put just a little bit here and then some, okay? Yeah. Okay. Look how beautiful this is. Okay, just put it there, please. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy to have been your host this evening. And I'm very sure that some of you or all of you are going to try to make these beautiful dishes at home. For the professional chefs, of course, you can always call me. You can always call the Fairview Hotel and ask for me, and then I will show you what to do. We're very happy to be with you this evening, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you.